The judge finishes reading. You already knew the verdict. You knew it the moment the jury filed back in after 4 hours. 4 hours is not enough time to find reasonable doubt. 4 hours is enough time to eat lunch and sign a form. The courtroom is quieter than you expected. No dramatic gasping. No collapsing. Don't. Just a woman in the third row who makes a sound like air leaving a tire and then covers her mouth. Your attorney puts his hand on your shoulder. You do not feel it. The bailiff is already moving toward you. You have approximately 90 seconds left as a person who can walk freely in any direction. You spend them standing still. This is where the journey starts. Not on the street where it happened, not in the interrogation room, here, in this room, with that sound still in the air. This is every level of death row, from sentencing to the last room. Level 1, the sentenced. Age, 31. The number they give you is not a release date, it is a case number, DR201-90047. That is you now. That is what the system calls you when it processes your paperwork, assigns your cell, calculates your appeal windows. You own nothing. You earn nothing. The state feeds you, clothes you, and houses you in a 6x9 cell on a unit specifically designed to keep you separate from general population. This separation is not for your safety. It is administrative. Death row inmates are a different legal category, different rules, different movement schedules, different everything. You arrive at the facility in a transport van with blackout windows. You are processed for 4 hours. Photographs, fingerprints, medical screening, property inventory. Your property consists of the clothes you wore to court, which they take, and a wedding ring, which they also take. They give you a receipt. The cell is smaller than you calculated. You calculated it in your head during transport because you had nothing else to do. You were wrong by about 8 inches in both directions. The ceiling is closer than you expected. The walls are a color that was probably white in 1987. You lie on the bunk and look at that ceiling, and the first thing you feel is not fear. It is administrative. You think about the appeals process. Your attorney mentioned 14 months for the first filing. You think about 14 months. You think about what 14 months feels like compared to the number they read in that courtroom. You do not sleep the first night. This will become relevant later. Level 2, the appellant. Age, 33. You have been here 2 years. Your first appeal has been filed. This is called a direct appeal, and it is automatic. It costs you nothing because the state is required to provide counsel for this stage. Your appointed appellate attorney is not the man who represented you at trial. You have met him twice, both times in a visitation room through scratched plexiglass on a phone that echoes. The appeal argues ineffective assistance of counsel, prosecutorial misconduct, and a Brady violation related to a witness statement that was disclosed late. You understand approximately 40% of this language. You spend your time learning the other 60%. The law library on your unit has limited hours, 2 days a week, 90 minutes each session. You use every minute. You read case law. You read the actual transcripts from your trial. Reading your own trial transcript is an experience that does not have a word for it. You read things you said and do not recognize the person saying them, not because you lied, because fear and a courtroom change the shape of words. Your family visits when they can. Your mother comes every month. She drives 4 hours each way and sits across from you for 2 hours and tries to talk about things that are not this place. You love her for trying. You also cannot follow the conversation because your brain has been recalibrated entirely around legal strategy and the sound of doors locking. You sleep now, 4 to 5 hours. Interrupted. Level 3, the lifer in waiting. Age, 37. The direct appeal was denied. This was not a surprise. Direct appeals are denied approximately 92% of the time in capital cases. Your attorney told you this before filing. You filed anyway because it was required, and because hope is a thing that adjusts its own shape to fit the available space. You now move into post-conviction relief. This is a different legal process, a different set of attorneys if you qualify, and a different timeline. You have filed for federal habeas corpus review under 28 U.S.C. 2254. The filing is 412 pages long. You know this because you helped write parts of it from your cell using handwritten notes passed through your attorney during visits. Your days have a structure now that you did not create but have completely internalized. Lights on at 5:30, meal at 6, yard time if it is not restricted. Restricted means something happened on the unit, which happens regularly. Law library twice a week, meal, lock-in at 9. This schedule has been your schedule for 6 years. You have stopped noticing it the way you stopped noticing the ceiling. If you've made it this far, you're exactly who this channel is for. A subscribe helps me keep making these. No pressure, but I'd appreciate it. Back to it. What you notice now are the things that change. A new correctional officer on the unit. A different brand of soap in the dispensary. Another man being moved off the unit, which means one of two things. His appeal succeeded or his date was set. You have watched 4 men receive dates. You know what that looks like from the outside, the way the unit goes quiet, the particular quality of that quiet. Level 4, the one with the date. Age, 41. The habeas petition was denied. The Circuit Court affirmed. The Supreme Court declined to hear it. You have now exhausted your federal remedies. Your attorneys have filed a clemency petition with the governor's office. This is the last formal process. Clemency is granted in approximately 2 to 4% of capital cases, depending on the state and the political climate of the particular year. The warden calls you in on a Tuesday morning. You know what this meeting is before you sit down. He reads the date from a document. It is 93 days from today. He asks if you have any questions. You have approximately 400 questions. You ask none of them. You nod. You are walked back to your cell. The 93 days are not what you expected them to be. You expected them to be the worst 93 days. They are something else. They are clarifying. Every conversation becomes specific. Every letter you write means something exact. You write to your mother every day. You write to your attorney. You write to a journalist who covered your case and who you believe is the only person in the world who might still be looking at the evidence with fresh eyes. You eat your meals. You sleep 3 hours a night. You read everything you can get access to, not just law, everything. You are trying to absorb as much of the world as possible through the available openings, the law library, the Bible they gave you in year 1, the sports section of a newspaper someone leaves in the common area on Thursdays. You think about the woman in the 3rd row, the one who made that sound. You have thought about her for 10 years. You still cannot decide what the sound meant. Level 5, the last 30 days. Age, 41. They move you to a different unit. This is called a death watch cell. It is larger than your regular cell. This is not kindness. It is logistics. There are 2 correctional officers assigned to you around the clock. They log every 15 minutes. What you ate, whether you slept, whether you spoke. You are the most documented you have ever been in your life. You are allowed additional visits. Your mother comes twice a week now. Your brother comes once. There is a chaplain who visits every day. You are not religious, and he knows this and comes anyway, and mostly sits with you in silence, which is the most useful thing any person has done for you in years. You can order a last meal from a specific approved list. You think about this for a long time. You order the same thing you used to make on Sunday mornings before any of this happened. Eggs, toast, orange juice, coffee. It arrives on a tray. It does not taste like Sunday mornings. Nothing here tastes like what it is supposed to taste like. Your clemency petition was denied on day 17 of the 30. Your attorney called to tell you. You already knew. You knew from the particular way the morning felt when you woke up. Some knowledge arrives before the information does. Level 6. The last day. Age, 41. You wake up at 5:30 because your body still follows the schedule. The officers log it. You eat breakfast. You meet with the chaplain. You meet with your attorney, who has nothing left to do but sit across from you and be present, which is what he does. Your mother is in the visitation area. You spend 2 hours with her. You do not talk about what happens tonight. You talk about the dog you had when you were 9. You talk about a road trip your family took to the coast when you were 12, and it rained the entire time, and everyone was miserable, and then it became the family story you all told for years. You are moved to the execution chamber at 7:30 in the evening. The room is smaller than you imagined. There is a window with a curtain on it. On the other side of the curtain are witnesses. Your attorney, the family of the victim, a state official, a journalist. The process takes 47 minutes from the moment you enter the room to the moment it ends. This is the last level. If you want to hear the story of why he got this sentence in the first place, what happened before the courtroom, before death row, before all of this, leave a comment. If enough of you want it, we'll go back to the beginning and tell that story too. Somewhere right now, a 23-year-old is sitting in a courtroom. He is watching the jury file back in. He is counting the minutes they were out. He is running the same calculation you ran. He is looking at his attorney's face and reading it the way people learn to read faces when everything depends on the reading. He does not know what the next 18 years look like. He cannot see the cell, or the law library, or the death watch unit, or the last meal tray, or the window with the curtain. He is still in the room where the air is normal and the doors open from both sides. They'll figure it out. They always do. The cycle continues.